It's the JT Cho Show!
Oh my God! For the threes! For the double headshot! For the threes!
Oh, hi. I didn't notice you there. My name's JT, and this is the JT Show. Today is the 3rd of April. It is Friday morning. I got some video gaming out. Played some video games with the boys today. We got plenty of topics, but for the 24th episode, this is not my Jeff Gordon episode, by the way, because I'm not a Gordon fan. Anyways, for this episode, I've got a special treat for you. I want to introduce one of my very good friends. He's been on the podcast before. His name is Dustin Cudcomb. Everybody, bring him in through the curtains. Soft clap, soft clap, soft clap. Dustin, how you doing? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Drinking a non-sponsored beer, so I won't say the name.
Let me throw away my tea access. I should have done that before we started filming, but again, I'm irresponsible. So how was gaming with the boys today?
It was a good time.
I had a
decent stream going.
Had a good time
played
too.
A little, played a little COD. Played a little Rocket.
Little.
Got a lot of dubs involved.
Yeah, Spike Ball's back. I'm a big fan of Spike Ball.
Yeah, I am too. I'm a huge fan of it. I wish it was a normal game.
To be or not to be. No, I have this little Stormtrooper helmet, so I was doing a little Billy Madison. No, but yeah, dude, a lot of fun playing video games today. I've been working a lot. Only day off this week. That's why we're shooting at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're bringing you live, exclusive JT Show content, episode 24. Let's start it out, okay? So one thing that I really wanted to talk about today, which I might even throw for the thumbnail for my YouTube page if you're following. Cut shared a ESPN picture with me, and I really want to talk about it. The picture was 5 people, 5 professional athletes in different fields of athletic play. You choose 2 of these athletes to be on your team for Capture the Flag, and the other 3 would be on the other team. So the choices were Russell Westbrook, Christian McCaffrey, Lamar Jackson, Mookie Betts, and Simone Biles. Now, me and Cut actually have a disagreement in it, okay? I personally say, first round overall, I'm taking Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so we're
if
both.
You're the first pick and you don't take him, you're wrong.
You're Cajun. You're Cajun.
Yeah, you're Cajun.
If you do not take Lamar Jackson first overall, okay, we're talking the best athlete on the board. He makes the most cuts.
By far.
He, in Capture the Flag, if you're playing, if you get tagged, you have to go to jail. That's a huge thing to be able to avoid those people by making those jukes,
Yeah.
And he's making professional athletes miss him on the field live during the game. So
yeah, they're not just trying to tag him; they're trying to take his head off.
They're trying to.
Sometimes they don't even touch him.
Yeah, they're trying to murder him. And so number one, so no argument there. Your number 2 was.
My number 2 is Mookie Betts.
Is Mookie because he's fast, right?
He's extremely fast. He's a phenomenal athlete. I've seen him play other sports on his social media, and he's a phenomenal athlete. I feel like he could have played football if he had, not been so amazing at hitting a baseball. He
is amazing. Boston had to say sayonara. They had to give him the old salute. He's playing for LA now.
They got a king's ransom for him.
LA's taking the shot. But I think Christian, because he's one of the best running backs in the game, and he's fast on his feet. He's so fast on his feet.
He's very fast on his feet. He's probably the fastest white guy in the league at the moment.
I consider him. The reason I say I feel like I know overall top speed is important, but I think football players understand angles better. I think football players understand cutting better. All baseball players really do is, baseball players can judge catching a ball, but all they're really doing is rounding the base. They're not juking to get to the ball. I know they're diving at the last second and making phenomenal plays, But I feel like the way that football players read the football field, I feel like that's the reason the football players would be the MVPs in this scenario.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say that it was like a 1v1 thing, and Mookie's making a play on the flat.
I think if it's a 1v1, the only person stopping Mookie is Lamar.
Okay. And see, that's where I'm at. I'm all offense. Like,
But
100%. Like we're breaking for the flag. We're getting it. We're the best offense.
the crazy part about it.
Defense is the best offense. You know.
The crazy part about it, we're talking statistics. We're talking the difference between sports of a genetic male and a genetic female. I'm just saying, LeBron James can dunk way harder than any female I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not a professional athlete, so Simone will probably be a challenge for me. She's automatically always on the other team. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
I'm
I don't
talking-
see a single scenario that I pick her.
like unless they built their flag on a platform where she had to get on those pipes
Yeah,
and swing
there's
herself
like
up.
An obstacle course that changes everything. Like
Yeah.
If they're playing on a playground or something, that changes a lot.
But if they're playing like open field, like you used to way back in the day, I think that it's tough though. And I was kind of upset with that poll. I was kind of upset with that photo. I'm just gonna make sure we're recording. We are. That'd just be terrible. But another poll came out this week that had me even more upset. This one, if you didn't know, I only got 2 votes on my Twitter, by the way. It's JT of Jville. Go follow. I'm not that popular. I'm not famous yet. I'm going to look back at these and I'm going to be like, what am I talking about? But this one was a First Take. And by the way, I don't really like First Take that much because Max Kellerman, he's the worst. Still hasn't apologized to... Hey! Knock it off. He still hasn't apologized to Tom Brady for being wrong.
He hasn't 10 years ago, or what was it, 8 years ago?
Did you see his recent shocking video on the internet?
No, what did it say?
I don't know how new it is. I'm pretty sure it's new, though. But he was saying that Kawhi Leonard has more clutch moments than Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
And I forget who was arguing with him, and he said, name one. And Max Kellerman's face was like, oh what? Back up my my statement. Provide you with examples.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He had a great playoff run on
He
a
had a-
team that no one thought was going to make the playoffs at the beginning of the year. That's what that is.
He had a very clutch moment where he shot the game-winning shot to win the game. Okay?
Yeah, no, it was a game 7, right? It was a game 7 game winner that checked off the rim twice.
Yeah. But
Like that's like that old school commercial. I remember what commercial it was, but it was like the kid shooting the basketball at the park. It's like checks off the rim.
I don't care who you are. If I want someone to win me the game, if we're down by 2 and we're going for the win, I want Kobe Bryant shooting it.
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting his information from. I think that was just a hot take. I think he was just trying to stir the pot.
I think he's only knowledgeable in boxing, and he always stirs the pot. He has to be controversial to sell that arguing back and forth.
Yeah, I mean that's his job pretty much.
By the way, everybody, I wanted to take a moment. I did change spots. I wanted to sit down, have a more relaxed conversation with my friend Cut. So I'm not in the usual studio. I move in and about the house. If you like this one, just tweet me. My hair looks dumb. I understand that. But we're gonna get back on topic. This First Take poll was which professional athlete in any sport had the most similar career to Michael Jordan. There are 3 examples that the 3 people you could vote for. Number 1 was LeBron James, who does deserve to be on that list. Number 2 was Patrick Mahomes, who has 1 championship. And the third name on that list was Kawhi Leonard. Okay. Now here's the problem. Kawhi, he's got 2 or 3, 2.
I think he's got 2. I think he got 1 with the Spurs and 1 with the Raptors.
But we're talking about not only. I mean, he was.
Cut shots in both series too.
Stats are very important, and Kawhi is very good defensively, and he's a very good basketball player. but he's not.
Two-way player in the league.
But the weird thing is he's not triple doubling. He's still dominating, and he's just like doing what he needs to. He's because a lot of these people are, another triple double for James Harden, but Kawhi's still winning and he's still dominating, and he's just like he barely got a double double. Like he'll
He's
score.
just doing what it takes to win. He gets the rebounds when he needs to get the rebounds. He hits the shots when he needs to hit the shots. He's not out there doing the super flashy dunks. He's not out there doing the windmills.
He's playing fundamental
he's
basketball.
Setbacks. He's hitting the open guys for the assists.
He's playing lockdown defense.
He's the best teammate in the league.
Yeah, and but we're talking about an impact too. He might have had an impact on Canada and on the Raptors. But in the impact, the entire game of basketball, like Michael Jordan, I believe that Michael Jordan impacted the game more than Magic Johnson and Larry Bird combined.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Michael Jordan was a phenom. Everyone in the world knew his name.
One of my favorite stories was when they played in the Olympics, and Magic wouldn't let go that the NBA is still his league. This is my team USA. We're the front runners, and Michael is just running the floor on him, and they can't stop him. And Larry Bird has to tell him it's his league now.
Yeah, no, that was a great story too. It was the greatest game of pickup basketball you've never seen. It was like all the stars of late '80s, early '90s. Like it was all those guys.
And so we're talking
Magic, Mullen, all those phenomenal athletes.
And we're talking about impact on the game. So we were doing some brainstorming. You came up. You mentioned Wayne Gretzky. I totally agree. Wayne Gretzky to the game of hockey, above Gordie Howe's level, 100%. Oh yeah. But just the name Wayne Gretzky, like the great one.
Yeah, I mean you could go off the name or you could go off the stats. Either one
Number
shoulders above everybody.
Number 99, played for the Oilers, the Los Angeles Kings.
Travesty, by the way. Should have never went to the Kings.
But he
should have stayed in Canada.
His name is the Great One. My favorite hockey player of all time is Steve Yzerman. My second favorite is Chris Osgood, but my third favorite is Wayne Gretzky because he's the Great One.
You got a couple of Red Wings and the best they ever lived.
I just like Steve Yzerman because I have this poster of him called it's Perseverance, and but he was such a no, we're not okay. Come on up, my dog's trying to come up, but he was
Perseverance picture is like one of those ones that hang up in the fight chief's office.
Yeah, but I got it when I was really little. But he's one of the greatest two-way hockey players that the Red Wings ever had. He was out there playing defense as a forward. Like lockdown defense.
Yeah.
And then what's funny is everyone always said that he had these great speeches, and he would just be like, "No, I was just mad. It wasn't a great speech. I was just angry." And then, anywho, we also mentioned Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
And Tiger Woods would be a way better example because, first of all, I personally think he's going to break the record for the most majors won.
I think he is too, because I think he's got at least
10 to 15 more years.
3 majors back, right?
Yeah, I think he's got 15 years of golf left.
I think he's got 7 years of competitive golf left in him.
Yeah.
7 years of dominant golf.
I think he's got 7 years of Tiger Woods golf and 7 additional years at like a Jim Furyk level. Or you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, he's got his last 7 years he plays, or it's like he's gonna have like a flash, like he has the capability.
Tiger was hot on Friday, blew the lead on Saturday.
Yeah, he's gonna be one of those guys in his old age, but like he might not even do that. Like once he gets to the points where he's not competitive like that, he might just hang it up.
Yeah,
you never know.
You never know. You don't. You
I don't think anyone's going to come close to that. Like if he beats the record, even if it's by 1 or 2, because what's the next closest? Aren't they like 20 majors back or something like that? Yeah,
and the thing is, like, there's a very competitive field in golf right now, and I love watching golf. I love Masters Sunday. I love Tiger Red. I love, Phil Mickelson's Tiger Red is all black. It's a black polo, black pants. So when you see Phil Mickelson coming in double black, dude, that's Tiger Red mode right there for you.
Yeah, nothing beats when you see Tiger pulling up, gets out of his car, he's got his red polo on.
He's got a collarless shirt.
He's got the hat backwards on, like it.
Dude,
He's Tiger.
he had the collarless shirt, and I have that shirt, and it's so comfy.
Tiger Red.
Yeah, Tiger Red though, and then Tiger Woods had one of the best golf games there is known. Tiger Woods 2008, fantastic. Tiger Woods was one of the first games where your player could have a tattoo. So I'd be the Hawaiian dude who had 2 tattoos on his calves, and then you could create your custom characters. And I had to make my dad's for him because he liked playing the game, but he didn't want to sit there and like adjust his eyebrows and stuff. So he was happy. I gave him glasses and red hair, and he was like, "Looks just like me." He was.
You know him, Blaze?
No, I think I just named him his first name. Nothing special. Another honorable mention for that. LeBron James deserves to be on the list. Even though he's only got 3, he still went to 9 straight. He still dominates. He's still the face of the NBA.
LeBron, Tiger, Wayne. Who else you got?
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter, the captain.
Derek Jeter for sure because he won 6 for the Yankees, I think.
He what?
I think he won 6 championships with the Yankees.
Was it 6? I thought it was 5. So you might be right.
It might be 6. He might be Tom Brady status. I'm not going to Google it because I'm using my phone to talk with Cut right now. But if I'm wrong, then just tweet me and be like, "You're an idiot," and But I'm pretty sure he might have. And by the way, I was looking at baseball and I should have knew this. I looked it up the other day because I've been working a lot. Everybody, I want to put out a podcast like once every 4 days because I feel like that's adequate and acceptable. Like not once a week, but like once every 4 days, so they stay relevant. But I looked up baseball championships. The Yankees have so many, and the A's are like in 3rd place.
Are we really?
I think the A's have the 3rd most Major League Baseball championships.
I like that. Derek Jeter won 5 championships.
5. I was wrong. Okay, I'm an idiot.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. 5 is still a lot. It's a big number. It's easy to get wrong.
Yeah, definitely. But and Tom Brady. We didn't even talk about Tom Brady
Tom's
yet.
got to be up there.
I think Tom. If Tiger Woods doesn't win it, I think it's Tom Brady that wins it. I think here's my rankings. Okay, hot take. Here's the 5 people you can pick from, and I'm gonna rank them for you right in a row. So you have to pick from these 5 people. Same question: Michael Jordan, whose career matches Michael Jordan's in any sport? Number 1, Tiger Woods. Number 2, Tom Brady. Number 3, I'm gonna go with LeBron James. Number 4, Derek Jeter, and then number 5 is going to be Wayne Gretzky.
Interesting. So I would put Gretzky right behind Tom and right ahead of LeBron.
Yeah,
Just because of what he meant to the game of hockey, like his stats are ridiculous. He leads every stat, and it's not even close. He leads goals, he leads assists, it's ridiculous. They did one stat on him because his brother also played Major League Hockey, and he only has like 2 goals or something like that. And they were the highest scoring brothers to ever play in the NHL, and his brother was only 3 of those goals.
In 6 years, who's going to be on that list?
Who's going to be on that list?
Zion.
Zion could definitely be on that list.
I think that if the NBA doesn't continue this year, let's say we scrap this season, okay? We go to next year. I think Zion, in the next 5 years, I think Zion can win 2 championships.
Next 5 years, do you think he wins them with the Pelicans?
Yes.
Interesting.
I
They're
think.
gonna have to make some trades.
I think that they're. I think because they're still. He didn't play for a long time. And right now they're still pretty high up in the draft, so they cut it now and drafted where they were at. They're still going to get a pretty good guy. The Pistons are talking about getting the Ball brother if he's available. LaMelo.
Yeah, I just read a thing earlier today. I guess LaMelo Ball purchased his Australian basketball team that he plays on because they're having some money issues.
Yeah, wild. And he's about to.
Pretty interesting.
Rumor has it. He's going to get one of the biggest shoe deals in history behind Zion.
Wow, LaMelo, really?
And, like, there's, like, the whole Ball brother thing, and I'm not doing my research into it. I'm just telling you, like, I've been snooping in articles on Twitter. If I can find them, I'll link them, but rumor has it that
interesting.
he kind of looked at what his brother did, and, you know, I think he hires the right people, and I think his brother's, I know his dad doesn't want to hear it, but I think his brother's like, hey, man, you know, I got screwed. Look out for yourself, man. Love your dad, but sometimes, you know, the ball brand will never take off. Okay, it had its chance and it blew it. It was having shoe problems, and then the guy stole all that money, and one of your three sons is pulling out of your family business. It's done. It never took off. It's over. Hang it up. I'd rather be sponsored by Nike anyway.
I probably would too.
Like, I like Adidas and Reebok's a hard third, but there's something about that Nike swoosh, dude. Whoever, like, designed the color scheme and all that stuff that makes you want to buy their products, dude, they do it right.
It's a generational thing, man. Nike's been around forever. All the biggest athletes have all signed with Nike. Tiger, LeBron, Bo Jackson.
It's like those old Gatorade commercials that made you want to shower in Gatorade.
Exactly. You remember those old Gatorade commercials where it was
Sweat?
like a picture of, it was like Derek Jeter sitting on a bench with like the green sweat coming out.
With a baseball, like it was like a shadow of half his face.
Yeah.
And like his sweat would be pouring out green, lemon lime Gatorade. If you call Gatorade by the name that it's called, you're a cop. Okay, it is yellow, light blue. The only acceptable name that I allow is Glacier Blue, because I think Glacier Blue, I describe that as the color, is the name of it. I think that's what it's called. But there is a distinct difference between two of the blues. But I like the light blue and the dark blue, but I drink G2s, the zero sugars, because, man, dude, they're not that good for you. They're good for you if you're a real athlete. If you need those sugars and, you know, you're burning off those calories.
Yeah, you definitely have to be able to burn those off.
I was checking the time. People are gonna be like, "Man, this kid sits weird." We're at the We're at the 25-minute mark right now. We're gonna go for about an hour today. So a lot of you have been quarantined because of the COVID-19. And my podcast is doing a little bit better. Had some views in France, so pressure. You know, maybe I'll hashtag France in this one. Try to get some more. But
I heard France was pretty good at cornhole.
I heard they got beat by a couple of Americans before, though, 21-20.
I remember that.
I think we were there. I think we were playing them.
Awesome.
I think that was us, maybe. But one of the things that has been sweeping the nation is the new Animal Crossing for the Switch, and Cuts on the grind. I'm on the grind for when I can. I played it 3 days, not for a little bit. 3 days for a lot of it for those 3 days, but only 3 days.
Yeah, I've had it for, I think today's day 3 that I've had it, and I've probably logged, I don't know, about 20 hours on it so far.
Yeah, I'm almost done with my second house loan, and then I'm gonna try to relocate my house once I figure out how to build ramps.
It's a great game. This is the first Animal Crossing I've played since the GameCube one. I think there was only 1 or 2 in between, but it's so similar. It brings me right back to those early 2000s, just sitting there in my room, grinding away, trying to pay this raccoon back for my house.
This Animal Crossing took my Animal Crossing virginity. I've never played Animal Crossing before. I'm having a great time.
If you could rate it on a 1 to 10 for like an early, way too early rating, what are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. That's pretty good.
I would give it a 9, but I want to learn more about it first. I think once I master everything, like once I figure out the best way to plant trees, once I figure out the best way to hustle, you know.
Once you learn how to live.
Yeah, once I learn, I'm not gonna fast forward and do that time lapse thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's cheap.
I don't have the time to be putting. If I was putting 12 hours of the day into it, I kind of would. To the point where you're just picking all the weeds in your yard because you have nothing else to do because you're waiting for the construction to finish. Like you have enough money to purchase the next house, but you can't get the next house until tomorrow. That's lame. But
yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
but you can get lost in the sauce for 3 hours, and that's still like you can pay for your house, play 3 hours, and come back the next day, and you're gonna have your addition built on. For today, for the first day, yesterday. So today, yesterday as in Friday the 2nd, I saw what the game does at 5 a.m. Every day the day restarts once a day when you first log in, or at 5 a.m. in the morning. So I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I played through the 5 o'clock time lapse thing. So it'll load your screen, and Tom comes out and he says some stuff about things that are coming out. And since I finally bought my store, he talked about my store, and I think he wants to throw another party.
Did his little daily brief.
Yeah, I there's so much to it. There's, the exchange of fruits, having your friends. And my island sucks. I can't wait till I can, have everything and just show off, all my hard work, all my wasted hours. But hey, we're in quarantine. It's I like to describe it as Call of Duty. I can describe that as mind-numbing sometimes. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. You can play for hours. This game's a bit more of a grind, but it's almost mind-numbing. I think it's right above the level where I still feel like I'm being interactive, but I can still get lost in the sauce for hours. And
it's a pretty amazing game. I really enjoyed playing it.
We described it as, it's like The Sims and Minecraft had a baby, but it's also like that, nothing like that at the same time.
Yeah, it's like the baby of The Sims and Minecraft had a. They have the baby, and the baby has objectives, and those objectives earn you, points to unlock and further the game. There's actually you can change the game. It's not like The Sims where you just build a house and you just live it. It's there's actually things that you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and the thing is, since I didn't know it was gonna be this fun. And I do like games like that. There's a classic, and here's an update, everybody. For you viewers who view every week, which I have about 3, I'm moving on up in life.
What's up, viewers?
My regular viewers are Frankie, Pepper, and V. Okay, those are my 3.
Pepper and V, what's up, boys?
Pepper and V hang out with each other and watch me on YouTube. They'll have a few brewskis, and they'll just be like, hey, look. And Frankie just says, it's just like having good old-time conversations,
Yeah, definitely.
But
shout out to the boys that are watching right now and drinking a beer. Time to chug your beer. Whatever you got in your hand, drink it. Just want to send to a drinking game.
Some Irish tea.
You don't have to chug your Irish tea.
It's good on that tea game. But, what was it? I was gonna mention something, but I lost train of thought because.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get the boys
No,
a drink.
it's fine. Oh yeah. So for you viewers, some things that are coming up. Cutla's gonna come to Michigan, and I was gonna pick him up at the airport, but the coronavirus, me working all these extra hours, actually my vacation kind of got canceled because that is not a natural weekend for me to have off, so I had to request it again because my original vacation was canceled, and now this is canceled. And anyways, we would cancel it anyways for safety. But Cut's not going to be flying out in April. We were going to shoot a couple podcasts. We were going to stream some Star Wars Battlefront. But the good news
It
is,
still might happen. It's just not going to happen.
yeah, if I can, I think I'm going to wait till Black Friday. But some of my future goals, I'm going to get a stronger PC with a better camera, and then I'm going to. That's the coronavirus cough, by the way. It's not. I'm sorry if you have it, but I'm gonna get a stronger PC, and then so I'll be able to I'll be able to video conference his face and have it side by side for different podcasts. But anyways, he'll eventually come out. But he was gracious enough to do a podcast with me tonight. But one of the games that we can definitely play with each other is a game called Kingdom of Keflings, and it's just like this. It's just like this, but so your Xbox avatar is a giant. Okay, you're a giant avatar, and these people who are regular size, like Attack on Titan. You're a Attack on Titan size, and these are people, and like regular people size, and but you're intelligent, and basically you have to use them to help you harvest resources to build buildings, to open up more buildings. So essentially, for example, I'm going to open up a lumber shop. But to open up the lumber shop, I need to create more Keflings. So I have to build a house and then put a heart in the house, which makes 2 more Keflings. Because to make more Keflings, you need love. And then those 2 Keflings, you can pick one up, and then you put him in charge of the wood cutting house. So he's going to be permanently on that house making you wood. And how does the wood get there is you take the other Kefling and you make it a log chopper. And then you take another Kefling and you make it the log deliverer. And essentially, you keep getting more and more and more and more and more, and you just keep grinding. It's about a 3-hour grind game from start to finish. I think it's really fun. Kingdom.
I'll try it out. It definitely sounds interesting.
But definitely we'll play through Star Wars. We'll definitely stream some of that too.
100%.
I think that the Galactic Conquest is going to take forever, but I feel like at the same time I don't think we're going to lose one whatsoever.
I feel like with both of us, we can burn through it.
I'll just stay in the vehicle and you can just stay on the objectives.
Yeah, we're just going to burn through that. That one's going to be a fun one.
Oh, definitely. So yeah, that trip got postponed. I'm hoping my Alaska trip stays on time. But you don't know, this whole virus thing, the only thing I can say is don't get your information on Facebook. That's a horrible thing.
Please.
I've had 2 relatives send me 2 different things in the last couple of days. And I asked one of them, I said, "Where'd you learn?" They said, "Drink hot drinks. It helps kill the virus." I said, "That sounds dumb." I said, "Hey, where'd you hear that?" And they said, "Oh, I read it on Facebook." And I said, "Oh, Facebook's not a credible news source." Well, who was the source? And she says, "I don't know, but a teacher that I knew shared it." I said, "Oh, so that teacher's on the front lines fighting COVID-19, finding the cure? Is that what that teacher's doing? So that teacher's a credible source?" And then the second one sent me a link that says, this person's figured out 2 cures to COVID-19. And I know that's not true, because that would be everywhere. That'd be everywhere. Believe news or not, but when it's everywhere, generically sometimes it's true, but from one shady news source, it's not. That's do your research, man.
Check multiple sources.
Nothing is worse than breaking news to your boys only for that news to be fake.
That really is the worst feeling.
Because you think that you just got the hot scoop.
You think you got some crazy cool thing to tell your boys. You tell them oh, that's insane, and then one of them back checks you. And then you're the biggest douchebag on the planet.
Today, for example, that happened to me, and I still don't know if it's real or not. I haven't done the research, but I sent it to the Pepper. I sent it to the other group chat, and I said, "Disclosure: I don't know if this is real, but it's still funny." And it was a tweet that was screenshotted, and it said it might have been O.J. Simpson's account, it might have not. I don't know. I don't follow O.J., so I don't know his official account. But it was O.J. Simpson, and his tweet said, "I did it. Hashtag April Fools." Now, that would be super savage. Hands down. If that was true. Well, if that was true, what would your reaction be?
That's probably the most savage tweet of all time.
In the history of tweets.
Yeah, I mean, someone needs to follow him with a camera and just like take sound bites from him.
Yeah.
Because he's always like, ever since he got out of jail, he's just said some crazy shit. Like they're like, oh, like as soon as he got out, they're like, oh, Jay, what have you been up to? He's like, I've been in jail. What do you think I've been up to?
Yeah, like.
He got in his car and left.
Yeah, like he kind of had those dark years in between before he stole that stuff, and went to jail. But after he came out of jail, he's kind of like America's OJ. He's golfing, he's doing like little OJ clips, he's laughing, he's talking about Patrick Mahomes and wearing like Kansas City Chiefs stuff. You're like, what are you doing? Like, I love. I saw a really good coronavirus meme with the white Bronco. And I think it was like the white Bronco was this word travel with like an airplane going around the world. And it said people with COVID-19 and it was all the cop cars chasing down the Bronco. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And I was like, that's a really, really good meme for that, for sure. So some questions some questions that I want answered or we can talk about is, let's talk about your brother's garden, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So,
we just got back from a trip. We flew down to Santa Ana. I thought that was going to get canceled for sure. I got a bunch of emails.
Yeah, so...
like 11 o'clock at night before a 6 o'clock flight saying that our flights were canceled and we got shifted flights. So we ended up... our original itinerary, we were going to fly to Salt Lake City and then down to John Wayne Airport, Santa Ana. And then we ended up getting rerouted to Seattle, Washington.
Right.
And then back down to Santa Ana and Orange County. And we probably flew, the first flight was maybe 5 people, including me and my little brother.
Right.
And then the one down to Orange County was maybe 6 normal people and like 20 flight crew. So it was like a bunch of like stewardess, like flight attendants.
Right.
Flying back down to Southern California with us. But we made great time. We walked through security. It took us about 3 minutes to get through like all the detectors and all that kind of stuff. And then even in the air, like we were supposed to land in Orange County at 4:05. We ended up landing at 3:15. I don't know how that happened. But made great time. Rented a U-Haul. We ended up, I'm going to butcher this guy's name. His name's Gary Matsuyama. I think that's how you say it. He runs a nursery. It's the only nursery of its kind in the country. They plant their plants in dirt called sandy loam, and it's 70% sand, 20% clay, 10% normal dirt, or something like that. They have all sorts of exotic fruits, all sorts of them. They have ice cream bananas, Brazilian dwarf bananas, Sweet Ray. Yeah, Sweet Ray strawberries, which are a hybrid strawberry that's supposed to be way better than any other store-bought strawberry you can possibly get. We ended up picking up some Anaheim peppers, which is it's a pepper kind of like a cross between a green hatch chili and a jalapeno.
Right.
So it's like an extra spicy green hatch chili, so that'll be pretty fun to cook with later on.
Yeah.
We also got some white jade pineapple.
Ooh.
Those are pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Because they're similar to sugarloaf pineapples, except except they don't have a core. So you skin them, and you can literally eat the entire thing. There's no hard core on the inside of them.
Huh.
And the sugar content in them is so high that they're absurdly buoyant. They'll stick out of, like, you throw them into a lake or something, and they'll stick out of the lake like more than 50%.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy. You could probably make a water.
Wow.
But yeah, Travi, little brother, he's got four beds, 4 10 by 20-foot beds in the backyard that he's got his sandy loam dirt in, and we transferred the blueberries we got into some pots earlier today. And yeah, it's a work in progress. We got some pretty crazy exotic fruits, and the banana tree should fruit this year. We might not get too many of them, but next year is going to be the big cash grab for them.
Now, do you mind sharing the way that you're using the soil to our listeners as well?
For the marijuana?
No, for silly, how you're mixing the soil with sand.
What do you mean? I'm drawing a blank.
Like how basically you're taking the soil, you're mixing it with sand, so the roots can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. How the soil works.
Yeah.
What it is normal dirt isn't the best way to plant plants. The more freely roots can move through the soil, the better your plant's going to be, and the better your fruit's going to be.
Right.
And so the best thing to plant plants in is actually fire-roasted clay pellets. But the only issue with those is they don't hold water very well. So
Right.
your water bill is going to end up being, a couple $100 a month more than what it normally would be.
Right.
So the next best thing is this sandy loam soil. And so it's a mixture of the sand and clay and normal dirt. And basically what it does is it makes it to where the roots can move freely through the sand. They can reach out as far as they can possibly reach out. And the sand will actually hold the water better. So you don't have to use as much water as you would with clay pellets.
Right.
But we're actually setting up the blueberries inside clay pellets.
Wow.
Like we have we're just using a normal, it's like a 4x2 trough with no bottom on it.
Right.
And the trough is filled with the pellets, and then after the roots get through to the pellets, then they'll go down into the sandy loam that we have underneath them. So we actually have both of those ones.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty interesting stuff. Gary Matsuyama, it's a nursery in Southern California. He's got a bunch of YouTube videos. If you want to learn more about it, you can hit him up. I wish I had his handle on hand so I could plug him. But that'll be for another episode.
Yeah, definitely. I'm also I'm either gonna build boxes, but I'm definitely trying to this next upcoming because there's tons of home projects I wanted to do, but this next upcoming 3-day weekend, I'm going to at least get all this soil ready for my garden that I'm starting, because it's that time of year for us. We have to wait a little bit longer because it's.
Yeah, you guys have different frost times than we do.
Well, yeah, I don't really want to cover it. I still got to do a lot of research. I'm gonna be like a basic beginner, dude. But
yeah. I mean, so are we. Travis has just done
an
astronomical amount of research over the last 5 months.
I'll probably have to do research at work.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. What are you planning on growing?
I want to do bell peppers, and I want to do jalapenos, and I want to grow a couple really close to each other.
Let's see if they cross over.
Yeah, so I want to.
Some spicy bell peppers. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so I want to do one section all peppers, and then I want to do one section jalapenos, and then I want to do one section cross. So to see if I can make a spicy bell pepper or like a more tolerable jalapeno, because some people can't even handle a dry jalapeno, and I'm like, I understand that sometimes you do bite into a dry jalapeno and it's like the death of the world, but you should still be able to handle that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a big difference between like a fresh jalapeno straight out of a garden and a cooked jalapeno.
Yeah.
And I've never really understood people that couldn't handle a cooked jalapeno, or like I've even met people that can't handle pickled jalapenos, and those are delicious.
But if
Like those straight out of the jar with a fork.
if I do enough research, and because I'm gonna have to look at my backyard. I think I'm gonna grow it. What I've got to do is, I think Monday I'm gonna check my house periodically for. I know what parts would get sunlight 24/7, but I also would have to look up like the best sun to whatever ratio, and then in case I want to plant it somewhere where I get shade, I want to see how much shade I would get in that area. So it's either gonna go
Definitely.
in my backyard or in my side yard, but I think 90% it's gonna go in my backyard, and then I
Are you
think
gonna do it in your fenced-in yard, or are you gonna do it in the open field?
I'm going to take I'm going to make an extendable fence, so I'm going to put in the stake post past my fence, so the dogs stay out of it. I'm going
Gotcha.
to,
So you're gonna extend the fenced-in area.
yeah, so I'm going to put these special stakes in for the fence so they can't dig underneath, and then I'm going to take I have to keep the deer out because the deer would eat everything. I almost might try some different chilies too, because you can buy a lot of different seeds, but I just gotta wait or order them online because I don't even know if buying seeds at a plant store is an essential item. I'm sure you can find them in places with gardening sections, but at the same time, I don't know. I'd have to do research on that too.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, Michigan right now, the sad part about it is it's April. The good news about it is April. Today was 64. I was cruising down the road. Like I told you earlier, I was bumping some music with my sound system, had the windows rolled down. Great day for cruising with your windows down. I was on the way to get food, people. I wasn't just not obeying the social distancing law. But, this girl rolled down her window and said, "Nice truck." And I was just like, "Thanks." And then I didn't know what else to say, so all I did was just look the other direction.
You froze. Deer in headlights.
Yeah, dude, I'm bad. And, anywho, cleaned out my entire garage. But the sad part about it is, we might see snow still, and that's awful.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like anything.
Yeah, so I gotta finish my cornhole boards this year for sure, and I'm getting that table saw soon, so then I can start doing a whole bunch of home projects. So next weekend is a weekend that I definitely am gonna take advantage of. But what's gonna happen is it's probably either gonna be it's probably going to rain because April showers bring May flowers. It's probably going to be, my days off are getting to the point where my days off are the worst days of the week. And and the days where I work, it's like, "Oh, did you see how nice it was today?" I was like, "No, I slept until 4 o'clock. It's too wild. But yeah, so our trip got postponed.
Yeah, no big deal.
We've
Find
got,
another one.
we've also got Joe Rogan tickets for the December.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. I think it's December 5th, if I'm remembering that right.
I've never seen Joe Rogan. I'm a huge.
Yeah, I've never seen him live either. I'm a big fan of him.
I'm a huge Joe Rogan. I'm a Joe Rogan tonight. If you had the, I think that's how you would say it. You're a Joe Roganite.
On the fan page, I'm a Joe Roganite.
Yeah.
Joe Roganist, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I follow Young Jamie on Twitter as well, but for me, he gives me a lot of notes on comedy and how to write. But he also brings in super smart. Sometimes I'm I'm dumb, but he'll bring in some really cool people, either motivational, and I like his style of interviewing.
His style of interviewing is pretty good. It's relaxed. It's just two guys hanging out, smoking weed, drinking.
It's not
on every podcast.
It's not arguing either.
No, they're just having a conversation.
And even when there's episodes where they start to argue, he's like, "Stop."
Yeah, no, he's pretty pretty good at calming it down.
And then, he's the announcer for the UFC, and when there's a really great fight, I love to hear Joe Rogan on the mic. And old supporter of Fear Factor, because, back in the day, that was some hot TV.
That was one of my favorite shows back in the day, and he was great on it.
Yeah, and, his career and the way he describes it, you got to have a lot of respect for a guy that has been podcasting since the start. I'm late in the game, dude. This might never take off because, you hear on his podcast how many there's 990,000 ranked. Okay, and this is just another one in the rough, but I still have a great time doing it.
It's always a good time. This is the second one I've done with you, and it's just us talking.
And by the way, dude, first of all, I love having conversations with people, and when you can just talk with somebody, and I feel like we're interesting enough to where if you listen to it, you'd be like, these guys are kind of funny and have a lot to talk about. That's what a podcast is. But I love when my friend, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed my ones where coming up, I'm on 600. I'm on episode 601 right now for One Piece. So my next review of episodes 410 to 610 is coming right up. And like I said, I'm doing 100 episodes. The next episode will be episode 25. But I love when I have my friends on it, dude. Especially you. We're gonna have to have we're gonna have to do a fantasy football one if there is football this year, But
yeah, that's still up in the air. When we do that, I'd love to do one in person. I think that'd be a lot more fun than the over the phone thing.
Now, even with this COVID-19 thing, people, I'm the assistant to the regional commissioner, Cut here, our gracious guest that you can't see. Maybe if you want to, for my YouTube thumbnail, if you want to send me a photo, a Snapchat or something, I can put that next to my face and do one of those things,
Yeah, we can do that. I'll send you a picture for a thumbnail.
Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just put it next to me when I'm petting my cat. I'll just take a screenshot of that. I'm telling you guys my process here, and like I said, I'm gonna buy the programs too. So I'll probably record with a better program of what I record with now. I'm gonna have to de-hair my house again because of my cat. But no, I think that I feel the drive, and it's weird too because this morning I was coming home from work. It was 7 a.m. and I finished up a podcast, and I was like, I'm about to just not go to bed and record a podcast. And I was just like, maybe I'll ask Cut later if I'll be on it, and then if not, I'll just record it today. But I love having my friends on it because it's a good time. It's a really good time. And, maybe one day, I'll be honored to have, some crazy people on it, Yo.
Maybe one day we'll be crazy people.
Dude, it would be, realistically, I wouldn't even call myself an amateur comic yet. I'm dipping my toe. I'm thinking about dipping my toes in the water. Well, I know I've dipped a toe in the water. I've dipped not my big toe. I've dipped my pinky toe in the water.
Jump in, man.
I am jumping in, but right now it's closed down. I was ready.
No, you're right.
I was ready to do a cannonball, but everything's shut down now. So I've been writing.
Yeah, it's tough to be an open mic guy right now.
Yeah, but I write, and like they were talking about too, I'm trying to write other material than COVID-19 because there's already famous enough comedians that can make it way funnier than I can, and I'm not just trying to talk about the same thing that everyone's going to be talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay if you have your own take on COVID-19. I feel like as long as it's original.
I've been writing things that I think that not a lot of people would think about. I can give you an example.
Sure.
Let's say COVID-19 cancels all. It's already canceled all the sports in the spring, right? And this isn't so much for baseball, but 30 years down the line, you're now going to have a guy in the bar wearing his varsity baseball jacket. and he's going to be sitting at the bar in your hometown that you haven't been in 15 years, and you're going to say, hey, give me a name.
Any name? Jack?
Hey, Jack. Oh, you're going to be like, Jack, is that you? And I'll be like, hey, man, if I could have played my senior year, I would have got picked up by this team, and I would have went to the major leagues, and I would have won a World Series, and he'll be pissing his life away. And there's going to be that, you know?
You're right. There's going to be a lot of those.
And
there's probably going to be a lot of those in 2 years.
yeah, and think about if this extends for the senior year for football. Oh, I was gonna get drafted by USC, but I didn't get to play my senior year to really prove myself. I feel for you, dog. I'd be so sad too. My senior year of sports, I'm not a stud, but it was dope. You're a senior. You're most time starting unless you're terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I played at a small school, so I was decent enough to start on offense. And then I was the sixth man for basketball. And for track, I went to state. Like, I was goofy. I'm goofy, and I still started in football as the left tight end. Still a starter, though. Meaning our team...
I played some sports throughout my life. I was never good enough to go to the next level, though. I've come to terms with that.
Yeah, I've learned a lot more about that. And knowing what I know now, I didn't put near enough of the work in to even come close to those goals. I wasn't naturally talented enough to not put in. Because there are people that have the natural talent, but there's also people that have the drive, and then you've got your superstars that have the drive and the talent. I think Tom Brady's an example of that. I think Kobe Bryant was an example of that. I think Michael Jordan, after he got beat by the Detroit Pistons, is that. Because Bill Laimbeer used to beat up Michael Jordan. He used to beat him up.
Yeah, no, he's in his early days. He couldn't do much with it. It's the bad boys.
Started lifting weights. Started hitting the gym more. Made it into, I think.
Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, he basically. I mean, like you hear about Mike Tyson doing it, but he basically slept, and dreamed about basketball. And then he did that baseball thing, and I just couldn't understand why.
I think it had a lot to do with his father. I don't know if he ever came out and said why. But on that topic, I'm pretty excited for that documentary that's coming out on him.
Oh yeah, gonna be great. I hope I have the night off.
I'm really excited for it. What's it called? The Last Dance, right?
Okay, what's that gonna be on?
I'm not entirely sure. I can let me see if I can pull.
If that's gonna be on the Plus for ESPN, I'm gonna get the free trial.
Oh, definitely.
I'll share the free trial with you.
We can do that.
But I'm definitely trying to watch it and then give it up in 14 days. I'm not trying to subscribe to that. I've been waiting to do the free trial though for like a really, really good event. For the USC. Man, you don't know how much.
I'm gonna read this from footwearnews.com. How to watch the show. In the United States, ESPN will air the series kicking off on April 19th. ESPN also offers live streaming services with its Watch ESPN application.
Oh, so it's going to be on live TV, and then it's...
And through services such as Hulu with Live TV and YouTube TV.
Okay.
For non-U.S. residents, the series will be available internationally on Netflix.
Wow. So your options...
Sounds like I need to download a VPN.
So your options are a VPN. I split with my father, with my Faja. I split Hulu TV. If you heard that, my dog's having a nightmare, and it's adorable. So I'll be able to record it and watch it on the digital cloud thing. So I'm pretty pumped for that. You know what else I'm excited for that's coming out? Just read about it today. Star Wars on May the 4th be with you 2020. It's going to be, that's my second favorite date this year, by the way, now, because of this. But May the 4th be with you. They're going to release on Disney Plus. I still have that first year free trial thanks to Verizon. Thanks, Verizon. This show is not sponsored by Verizon, but if you would like to sponsor me and to make money, I will say that Verizon is the best coverage anyone's ever heard of in there. Verizon or death, okay? If you sponsor me, I'll wear a Verizon t-shirt like half the time, dude. I don't care. Anywho, so May the 4th, on that Disney trial that I have for a year, they are releasing the original cuts on Star Wars Episode 4, 5, and 6. So excited to see that, man.
Yeah, that'll be fun to watch.
Like, I think, depending on how long this lockdown lasts, I'm going to burn through those as fast as I can. And then, I almost want to watch 4 and 4 side by side. Like, not side by side, but maybe, like, back to back.
Yeah.
I would like to see the difference. It'd be crazy if you did start them at the same time, though. One on a laptop, one on your TV. Start them at the same time. Just with a little notepad, dude. I think that'd be dope.
Marking down the differences.
Yeah. I mean, like, the original cut, though, you know? Like, recuts aren't bad, and, you know, a lot of the DVD set, when Star Wars came out on a box set for episodes 4, 5, and 6, when DVDs were, like, everyone, like, when a DVD player was on your Christmas list, when your Christmas list was a Blu-ray DVD player, but before that,
2000s.
so I remember one year, my parents told my brother that I was getting a DVD player for Christmas because I wanted a DVD player for my room. He went out and bought me the Star Wars box set on DVDs. Came in this really cool case, really sleek design. I still have it. It's got
Good gift, Jerry.
it's got Darth Vader on the outside of it. And then each of them, I think it has 4 DVDs, one's bonus content, but those are actually recuts. I watch those all the time. That Christmas, after we ate dinner, I just went to my room and just watched Star Wars the rest of Christmas. I said, see you guys later. I'm using my gift. I'm watching Star Wars. I didn't have internet gaming, so I watched Star Wars. But I'm excited to see the original cuts, dude. That's really awesome. I'm a huge Star Wars guy. I love Star Wars. I love Star Wars memes, dude. And
yeah, no, there's not much about Star Wars I don't like. I even enjoyed the most recent trilogy.
So
shit about it, and I really enjoyed watching.
Okay, so here's a hot take. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. If flights still say cheap and you can buy a cheap flight several months out, like if let's give it like 3 weeks. Let's try to buy a flight to Disneyland and try to get tickets for the Star Wars ride at Disneyland.
That would be fun.
Because you have
Frankie.
Say what?
Shout out
Oh,
Frankie.
that's in Disney World then, right?
Yeah, Disney World, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's not the California one. But you know, to get that, you have to like wait in line in the morning, get a stub or a voucher, like from wherever, and then you have to go immediately there to get in line first because that still doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get on that ride.
Unless they sell out every day. That's crazy.
Yeah, so like it's like one of the hottest things. It's not just, it's like, I think it's like a 45-minute ride or a 20-minute ride. It's a long ride.
Sounds amazing.
It's not just your 14th.
I wonder if we could have Frankie like pre-purchase the vouchers before we even get them.
We could. We very well could, but we would have to buy insurance on everything.
Oh, obviously, especially with what's going on right now.
And we could do that. This could be a 2021 trip. But I'm saying, I think to experience that to the max, I would want to bring somebody that I know appreciates the series of Star Wars almost as much as I do.
Yeah, 100%, dude. I would love to do that.
Like, I remember once I got into Star Wars, I would set up all my toys and then watch Star Wars.
Yeah, I had a lot of the Lego Star Wars toys. I had like the Millennium Falcon back in the day, a bunch of Y-wings and X-wings, all the cool little things you could build.
I got a Destructo droid. Took me about 2 weeks to build. You rolled it and it popped up into attack mode. And it was so hard. It had rubber bands. It was a tough build.
The Destroyer.
Yeah, the Destructo droid.
Yeah, those ones are fucking cool, man.
And what happened was I rolled it down the stairs accidentally because it took
Accidentally.
I rolled it in my hallway and it took a wicked left. It just took a wicked left down the stairs, shattered. Just like busted a leg off to where like you're just take it all apart and restart, and I was just like, never again. I was just like, not worth it. It took me so long to build that. And
yeah, I remember those ones.
Yeah, but
almost looked like a Bionicle.
Yeah, I definitely want to go on that ride though. I want to.
Yeah, it'd be a good time. I'd be down to plan that trip.
Oh, and then I have
some Star Wars stuff.
So some exciting news before some regular news before some exciting news. I bought a T-shirt from I like Good Mythical Morning, so I did this.
You bought one from the Good Mythical store, huh?
I did. I did this. I did this survey for them, and they gave you 15% off at the store.
Nice.
So I bought a Good Mythical Morning T-shirt. So
nice. Yeah, those are a couple of funny dudes. I like them. Red Link.
They just did March Madness, but without copyright. So they called it. I forgot what they called it, but it was all the ice. They judged ice creams. They let the fans vote the 32 ice creams in, and then they put them in the.
I watched the chocolate episode.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the other ones yet.
So one of the ice creams, I'm very curious. I really want to try it. I won't tell it to you, but so they just got done doing that. I don't really disagree with their choice. I disagree with some of their runner-ups.
So that they have the winner already, huh?
Yeah. It was Monday through Friday. The 4 subcategories. And the final episode, not that I'm not a fan of it, but they really needed to stretch it out because it's the final 4, so they're only judging 4 ice creams, so 2 rounds of 2, and then 3rd place and 4th place. But like they were judging round after the round in the first ones, and those were going 15 minutes, and then and they edited everything, but they really had to like put some extra content in there to really fill in that last episode. I don't have a problem.
Some gap fillers.
Yeah, they had some like funny commercials that they were doing. Not that they're way, I can't talk. I'm not talking shit on you guys. I'm just saying like
they make great videos.
Yeah, they're way better than I am, and if you don't watch it, you got to go over to their channel. They're awesome. They're funny. Rhett should never not have a beard. The only thing, I'm gonna write him a hand letter because I actually ordering this shirt. I have their factory or their studio, whatever. I'm gonna write him a letter because they put a bad name on Detroit style pizza, and they've never corrected that. They said little.
To be completely honest, I've never heard of Detroit style pizza.
So Chicago style pizza is the pizza pie soup thing, where it's
it's like the deep dish, it's like pizza casserole.
Now the square pizza that's like really fluffy, and then the sauce, and then the cheese and the pepperoni. So it's just as thick, but it's got the toppings on.
Is that what we had in Detroit?
I'm trying to remember what pizza we had in Detroit. Did we?
Where did we eat after we saw Segura?
Oh, we went to a bar. Oh yeah, we did. That
what's
we did.
the-
We went to the Hockey Town Cafe and we had square. That is Detroit style pizza.
Gotcha. Okay.
So when you get those square pieces, it's because it has something to do with the auto industry, and they needed they were using like the pans, and they were square, and that's how they were baking their pizzas. Detroit style pizza. So it's just as thick as Chicago, but it's just made differently. Less
So
sauce,
more bread.
more bread, less sauce. But they said that Little Caesars pizza is Detroit style. Little Caesars pizza is just regular, like I guess artisan or
Normal ass pizza.
yes, normal ass pizza. They do have deep dish pizza, and the Illich family does own Little Caesars, but their deep dish pizza is Detroit style, not their generic hot and readies. And they never clarified that. And I was sitting here shaking my head like, I'm gonna write you guys a letter and let you know how.
Disgruntled Michiganite.
Dude, I'm super disgruntled, man. It's just like, and it's like, I don't care if you talk smack. Like, you know, you can't see me. I'm wearing all Michigan stuff. We haven't been playing good in football. Okay, let me have it. But don't you dare disrespect Detroit style pizza like that when you're saying it's just the generic kind of Little Caesars. Okay, because I
have nothing bad to say about Detroit style.
yeah,
I think it was really good.
and we had greasy post Tom Segura show. So we went to he just had Ball Hog, came out on Netflix. We went to that tour in Detroit. So we're coming off of a very funny night, hungry, and we went to Hockey Town Cafe because it was one of the only places open, and it was pouring rain, so we couldn't go very many other places. And we had some very greasy Detroit style pizza, and it was pretty good. Now, next time you come in, we're going to pick up some deep dish pizza from downtown Greektown. You can get some really good traditional Detroit style pizza there.
Big fan. I'm ready to go. I do have one gripe with Hockey Town Cafe.
What's that?
They did not have any ranch to go with the pizza.
Yeah, that's because like, man, I hate. Okay, I don't own a restaurant.
I mean, like I'm extremely American. If
Well-
I'm eating pizza, I gotta have ranch with it. I got to.
I'll tell you why, and it's like, here's what I disagree with the Hockey Town Cafe. When it's regular hours, they're a full-blown restaurant. So they're serving everything on their menu, sides, extra drinks and stuff like that. But they were so slammed and they were so ready to close that they were only serving like 3 menu items and like water. That's it.
Yeah, the menus were really small, and it was just kind of like.
I think they might have been out of food too.
Like it was like pizza and hot dog, and there was something else that was on the menu.
Yeah, and so the pizzas were like really good price for like 4 slices of pizza.
Yeah, no, it was great pizza. And then I asked them for ranch dressing, and they said they just didn't have any.
Yeah, I think they were just at the point where they truly didn't have any, or they were just like, nope, you get your main courses, and that's all we got.
Yeah, that was a little irritating, but it was still really good pizza.
I understand the game. I understand the game. It sucks. I've worked at a pizzeria. I've worked at a Mexican restaurant, and I understand that when it's 11 and your time to get off, you want that place to be clean already. Okay, I've cleaned the line down to where like you instead of letting the line get a little messy, you put it on one single tray. And all the orders that come in at 10, like let's say you close at 11, all the orders that come in at like 10 or later, you're hoping that you can do it on the tray, you get the order done, and you go and you rinse the tray, you wash the tray real quick, and you put it on the dry rack. Then if you get a second order, you just take it off, you dry it off, you do everything on that tray again. And that's what you try to do when you close a restaurant. But man, they had like 80 to 100 people almost. They didn't even have the upper level open. Their waiting room was like 45-minute wait, but it was pouring down rain, so there was nowhere for us to go. And I was just like, if you're going to have a restaurant, not a bar, because bars do it to kick people out, and, last call's at 1:30 so you can sign your damn debit card. But if you're going to be a restaurant, you should seat people until 1:30, and just do it the full-blown way, I feel like I don't know. I was kind of mad, but we got our pizza and then we went. It was a very empty Detroit. I remember Tom Segura calling it out, and he was very correct about it. It was very soft that night. There was hardly anybody out. I understand.
It felt really weird.
Dude, it was empty. We went to a bar to play some pool, and I think there was like 7 people there, including us.
Yeah, including us for sure. It was really strange. The streets were empty. Like, wasn't anyone out there.
Yeah, so we
thought
just.
It was going to be way more packed, especially right after a show. I guess everyone just wanted to dip out.
Yeah, it was weird. But, yeah, man, hey, we're after that hour point. I know it's late in the night. I know it's about time for you to be hitting the hay where you live at. I'm going to, I can stay up till 6, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it all together. But if just text me if you want. I'm gonna sign off the show. You can stay if you want, or
yeah, no, do your thing. Hit me up whenever you're done.
Hit
it's a pleasure being on the JT Show. Shout out to Pepper, V, Frankie, all the guys.
Miller watches it too. What I'm gonna do is I'll just end it, and then I'll just tell you when I click off. Like I said, I'm an amateur, so I'm not gonna edit that out. But what are your handles? What's your Instagram?
Instagram is at Dustin Cut, common spelling.
C-U-T. That's Dustin, common spelling, Cut, common spelling. And
I think Twitter's the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I have him on Twitter.
On Twitter, yeah. Shoot your boy follow, a tweet, whatever you guys do on Twitter.
We were playing some 3v3 snipers, which was so much fun. And we were actually murdering it for a little bit. So go over to my Twitter. You'll see that feed. You can watch that video until halfway through April. I tagged Cut in it, so you'll see his name there. Visit my website, jtofjbell.com. I'm still looking for an agent. I know I'm probably not going to get one. I'm not good enough yet. But, hey, man, jump on early, Let's figure something out.
Ride the wave while you can.
Yeah, and then, hit me up on my website. Soon I'm creating a new email for my website, so I get all my business inquisitions there. T-shirts. T-shirts are going to be coming out. I'm going to be designing those T-shirts. I'm going to take a couple different routes. I might pay for someone to do it, like hit up a website. I've got a couple different ideas, but I'm going to make 50. I'm going to pay for 50 T-shirts. I'm probably going to pay for, I don't even want to pay for smalls, man. I don't know anybody who's a small. But I'm probably going to get, some mediums, some larges, some extra larges. I'm going to get 50 T-shirts total. I'm giving out, 25 at least. I'm going to tell you right now, Cut, you're getting one. Travi's getting one. I'm probably going to give one to God as well. So that's probably, 3 XLs.
I appreciate it.
Is that, or would he, that's an XL, right?
Yeah, XLs all around.
Frankie, he'll get his. Pepper and V are going to get one as well. Garvin's going to get one.
Troops.
Who else? Oh man, I can't think of his name. He's going to get one for sure. I think Frankie and Nikki will get one. But yeah, so everyone that's kind of either been on it or is real chill, it's free promotion, and then the rest of them I'll put on a fair price. So I want to do 50, so you can do the thing where I want to do 50 because it's kind of the thing where you can order them and get a decent price for the shirt. So I'm not going to sell shirts for $45. I understand that most of these creators make money off their merch. I just want my face on your shirt, okay? So I think the first shirt I'm going to design, and I'll give you, I'll bounce some ideas back off of you. But I think if that goes over well, I think I'll do some fan voting for the second shirt. But anyways, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in to the JT Show episode 24. Let me know if you like the look. By the way, I'm sitting in this little comfy chair. Get at me, jtofjbell.com, jtofjbell on my Twitter. If you want to donate to the cause, if you want to become a sponsor, hit me up on those websites. My Venmo is jtofjbell. I can write commercials for you. So if you like what you see, hit me up on there. I love getting my friends as guests. I want to thank Cut again. I want to thank Prather for the last one. Frank did one. Hill did one. I just like hanging with the boys, man. So signing out, Captain's Log. This is the JT Show. Deuces.